Hey everyone, so here is our tutorial for today, and I'm going to show you how to make this ring. So really simple little ring using just a few beads that I've got there on the table. So let's start with, let's go to left to right. I'm going to just put this over here off to the side here, and these are 11s. So what these are, they're my Yuki galvanized rose, and these were purchased from Aura Crystals. So that's where those are from. These pretty purpley super duos, and I think the camera is really not doing justice to this color. It's actually a very pretty color. It's kind of like a purplish gray and very pretty. The color is actually called Opaque Violet White Luster, and it was purchased from Amazon, but here is the seller that is on Amazon. It's Christina Jeffreys Gemstones. So ChristinaJeffreys.com, you can take a look at that, but I think if you type this into Amazon, you should be able to find them. And of course, bicones. Love my little sparkles. So these are Crystal AB, and here they are. These are Czech MC, so machine cut bicones. And this is from crystalsandbeadsforfriends.com is where I purchased the bicones. And lastly, we have our 8mm Czech rounds. And this is also really, really pretty. I feel like the camera is not doing this justice. So it's like a blue purpley color. The color is called Blue Luster, and these are from Potomac Beads. So check round, 8mm. I will have all the information in the description box, including the locations where I purchased the beads. So just check there. Excuse me. And of course, I'm using 6-pound fire line. So there's my crystal fire line. 6 pounds. Let's get started. Okay, so to start this tutorial, what you're going to do is pick up 6 bicones and 6 super duos, and you're going to do it in this alternating order, just like so. And then you're going to tie a knot. So you want to make sure that the knot is really nice and secure. You want a really nice tight ring that you form. And then what you're going to do is just go back through all the beads and reinforce the ring. So I'm just going to go through the bicone here and just go a couple beads at a time. And sorry, I'm just making sure it's a little blurry, so I'm trying to fix the focus. Okay, yeah, that's better. So almost there, about halfway. Just going through the beads, not adding anything at this point. And the crystal ABs really sparkle. Okay, so once you've gone all the way around, which is where I'm at here, you want to exit out of a super duo. And I'm gonna go ahead and trim my tail thread. So I'm exiting out of that superduo, and I just want to switch to the second hole of the superduo here. So just switching. And then pick up 2 of the 11s and go into the next superduo. Just like that, and you're going to do this all the way around. So again, 2, and go into the next superduo. You want to keep your tension very tight, so you want these beads to be nice and snug. And 2 again. And 2 more, or the next 2. I've got 2 more. We're almost all the way around. So these 2, this is the last superduo, and I just went into the next 11 there. And this is what you should have at this point. So what you're going to do is go through all of the beads one more time. So we just want to have this ring be as tight as possible. So all I'm doing is just going through the beads. Okay, so when you've gone all the way around, go ahead and exit out of a superduo. Then pick up that 8mm bead and go through it. Bring that in. So it's going to sit in the center here. And what you're going to do is, so note the direction where the thread is coming out of that superduo. And so I'm going to go into this superduo in the opposite direction. So basically we're making a loop. So see, here's the thread, it's going down, and over here it's going up. So just something to pay attention to when you're doing this. Makes it much easier for the bead to sit. So now just push the bead into the center and pop it in. So, and it should sit. So it'll sit as high as you want. So you can always make the ring a little looser if you don't want it to sit this high, but this should fix itself in a second here. So that little bit of thread won't show here as we tighten up. Then go back through the 8mm. And then into the superduo. And then I'm just gonna go through a few more beads. Okay, so there you have it. There's our little component. So, and here's the back. And so for the next part, we're gonna add some picots. So what I wanna do is, again, switch. So coming out of the superduo, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the second hole of the superduo and go through the bicone. Whoops, gotta keep that in my hand. So now that I've done that, the next step is picking up 3 of the 11s and going into the next bicone. You're gonna skip over the superduo. Like that, and then you're just gonna repeat this all the way around. So again, pick up 3 and just go into the next bicone. And again, pick up 3, go into the next bicone. Pick up 3, go into the next bicone. pick up 3, go into the next bicone, and one more time. Pick up 3, and we're in the last bicone here. So there is our component. So here we go. It's a nice little hexagon. And so you can always turn this into an earring or a pair of earrings. So you could just make a little loop and turn it into a cute little earring. I'm actually going to go ahead and continue with the ring. So for the next part, I'm coming out of that bicone there. And so I'm just going to pick up 4 of my 11s and go back through just the bicone. Just like that. And then I'm just going to reinforce this. So go through the seed beads. So just going through the seed beads and then through the bicone again. And then you're going to go through the first through. You can reinforce some more if you want, but you're going to need to go through the first 2 of the 11s here. And then what you're going to do is pick up 2 11s and go down into the next 11 there. And so we're doing a herringbone. So what you're doing now is just going up the 2. So you're going back across and note where the thread is coming out. And then I'm going back through the 2 seed beads, and I will move my thumb out of the way. I'm just trying to get the needle to go through. So there you go. You can see where the thread is. Note the position of the thread and go up. And then pick up 2 and just go down the first one. You're going to go across and you're going to go up 2. So it's always down 1, up 2. Okay, there we go. And that's it. You're just going to keep repeating until you get the length that you need for the ring band. So I pick up 2. I go down just the first one. And I'm going to go back up the 2. Okay, so keep going until you get to the other side, and I will show you how to connect it to the bicone here on this other side. So, and here's our component. All right, so I have my ring band done. So you just want to go across to the bicone that is on the other side of the component and just connect it over. So there's my bicone, and I'm coming out of an 11 here. So I'm going to pick up an 11 and make sure I got my right bicone. And I'm just going to go into the bicone. Get into position here. So I'm going to go into this bicone. And then I'm going to pick up another 11, and I'm just going to go down into the 11 on this side, just like that. So here's what it looks like kind of loose. I'm just gonna, you can see the thread and where it's at. So tighten it up, and all you're gonna do now is just go across, just like you were doing the herringbone, but you're gonna go up into the two. So here's where I'm coming out, right there. I'm gonna go across. And if you've done this tight, this will be a little bit tricky to get into that bead there. And that's okay. So I am, there we go. So before, oops, I pulled out there. So I'm gonna tighten everything up again. Then get the needle to go through, and then you're gonna go back through the bicone again. So there, coming out of the bicone. Everything's so shiny. I hope you guys can see it and not have it be too blurry. Tighten. And then down your two 11s, two 11s that you go down. And then it's across and up two. Okay, so then through the bicone. And I'm gonna skip over the decorative 11s that I've got. I'm gonna go through the superduo, and then I'm gonna tie a 1/2 inch knot between the superduo and the next bicone here. So make sure I'm staying in frame. And one more time. Tie another 1/2 inch knot here between the bicone and the superduo. So I like using the bigger beads to do 1/2 inch knots because they've got bigger holes, so the knots can be hidden away. Whoops. There we go. All right, and there's the ring. So let me go ahead and grab my thread zapper. So here we go, there's the ring. And here's how it looks. So cute little component, a lot can be done. I'm actually working on the bracelet design for this to use this component and then make a bracelet with it too. So stay tuned for the next one. I should have something soon. But I hope you like the ring. I just like making rings. I love wearing rings. So, well, if you like the tutorial, please give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't, you can give me a thumbs down. Totally understandable. And also subscribe. So thank you so much for watching.